We're getting that hot tub out today. We're gonna have to cut his deck out.
There's the possum's nest.
Yep. We got the cut up there, around the curve, and down those stairs.
On ramp is down.
The handyman that was gonna put this up is voting that we just demolish the whole deck, obviously. On another job for you today. It's a doozy though. We're getting that hot tub out today. So plan A was, when we originally got the photos for this job, was typically you see there we go. So you could usually just take the bottom out right here. Typically it's like it's basically a miniature deck, you know, right there with some legs. You just cut the legs out, it drops down 6 or 8 inches, and then you can slide it out that way. The issue is, video doesn't do justice, that is 4 inches of concrete right there. And these are beams right here, all the way through, most likely gravel underneath that to hold the concrete up. So we're not gonna be able to do that. Even if we did get that knocked down and out, the hot tub is too tall to fit from here. It'll fit on this side, but that's too short. So now, the customer's already given us permission. We're gonna have to cut his deck out about 2 feet out in all 4 sides here, and then just cut this up into chunks in the hole that it's sitting. Definitely not ideal, but neither is smashing up 4 inches of a 4-inch thick slab of concrete. In the end, I think this is gonna be a better plan. Customer was saying, worst case scenario, if we have to cut the deck up too much, he's actually gonna have us just haul the whole deck away. And probably not today, but another day we'll come back and get the rest of it. But that's the plan. We're gonna get started. Probably gonna take us a few hours on this job. All right guys, here's what we got so far. Not as much room as I would like, but we've got a little more to go. So my goal is to not cut anything that has an actual post connected to it. That way the customer can just, once this hot tub is gone, run new joists all the way across, put new boards down, call it a day. If I end up having to cut any of those posts, that's gonna definitely complicate things quite a bit for him, and actually have to replace a lot of very structural things. So I think we could do it. This side I'm gonna be cutting quite a bit off of, because as you can see from that side, there's a post that's basically flush with this, so I can't go back further. So I need to basically cut a big spot out here and then move that more towards the middle of my square. Get me enough room to actually do my cutting, because I don't have much room at all. So a little progress video for you, get back to it. All right, gentlemen, got all the space I need to cut it up. Lesson learned, not lesson learned. I've learned this years ago. It's a lesson I'm teaching. That's my power line. Goes to that fuse box. Customer turned the fuse box off, which is great. What I like to do is go one extra step and actually disconnect all the wires from the fuse and pull it out of the box. Yeah, show them. There you go. See? That way, if there's ever anything wrong with that fuse or the customer didn't do it correctly, I'm not cutting a live wire and shock myself while I'm standing in water with power. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my first cut. All right, guys, we got it cut up. So what we're gonna do, obviously, we want to be as efficient as possible. So I always start with one cut, and if I can get it out with that, great. The issue is I got to get it up there, around the curve, and down those stairs. This one, I think we'll be able to do that because there's no electric pumps. There's nothing but fiberglass and insulation and some plastic tubing on that side. This side is the heavier one. All that hardware right there weighs probably 250 pounds just by itself. So this side, we may at least cut that stuff out. I would like to not, because that's obviously just more time. I want to get this job done faster, so we're going to try and leave it in. But if we can't, we'll just start chipping away at it until it's light enough to haul. So, ready?
There's the possum's nest.
Yep.
We're heading up.
Job is done. Not too bad. Took us an hour and a half. Let's see. So at the end of the job, the handyman that was gonna put this up is voting that we just demolish the whole deck. Obviously, I'm totally good with that. I've already priced the job out for the customer. What we're waiting on is to figure out the cost from the handyman. If the customer decides to just have the handyman rebuild the top of the deck, all he has to do is replace those joists there and put some boards on. My guess is that our price to get it demolished and hauled away is going to be pretty close to whatever the guy is going to charge to rebuild the deck. If that happens, the customer will probably go with the building deck because they're trying to sell his property, and bigger decks make for better priced houses. So we're going to stay tuned on that, but it was not too bad. I've got Dima here, was a legend. He's getting everything cleaned up while I stall and kill time by videoing the whole time.
Yep.
That's it. This is all we got left right there.